Turn it down.
You guys want to go ahead and just test the mics?
Hello?
Test.
Test.
And then I'm
Hi.
Classic.
I'm going to
Test.
test the phone to make sure the audio is not louder right now. Absolutely right. All right. Yeah, we're live everywhere. So this is live from the Gazebo. I'm Tyler Voppel, your host. We're here at Elementary Coffee. Thanks to Shelly If You Nasty, a former live from the Gazebo guest. Shout out to her. I'm here with my new co-host and sidekick, Weston Gaiman, another former live from the Gazebo guest. Appreciate him being here. And our new guest here, Shaghana, TikTok star, local celebrity here in Harrisburg, comedian, social media influencer, whatever you want to say. How would you describe yourself here, Shag? All of those things? None of those things?
I don't know. I just consider myself as a person that just has a lot of people that happens to follow me on websites.
Happen to look at your life and see what you post.
Yeah, basically.
Or even where to start. Like, how did you come to the Harrisburg area, I suppose?
Okay, so I actually, I went to high school in Mechanicsburg, and then I moved out of my mom's apartment, I believe when I was like 19, and then I moved to Harrisburg, but like, I did a lot of things before that, but... Got you. But that's when I finally like really moved to Harrisburg on my own and like kind of just like started doing my own thing and just kind of like...
Gain some independence.
Yeah, which I really needed, because like, unfortunately, like being a brown woman, who's also LGBT, who is just also very openly breaking every possible brown girl norm out there, doesn't fit well in my mom and my mom's family. But I love her. I love her more than anything. But
yeah, shout out to mom.
Shout out to my mom.
She's a part of the reason you're here.
You are literally the reason I'm here. I love you more than anything. But I won't get married to old Indian men. Love you. I will keep my jobs because I'm a workaholic. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do a lot of different things. So you have your hand in a lot of different things, whether it's modeling, fashion, music, social media content, a lot of different things. Brands. There was a thing, we want to get into it later, a little bit of a podcast that didn't happen or so. But yeah, there was a lot of different things. Had your hands in different things. So where did you start with, I guess, making videos and creating content online?
So I actually started all the way in, I would say beginning, or I don't know, I gotta run this back. I gotta think in my head. I think this was like sophomore year of high school. This is such a blur for me, but like I don't even know why. But I started recording YouTube videos, and I literally had so much. Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
So much fucking fun. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
But I loved it because it was just like me and my friends, and it was such a raw time, and it was just like such a raw interaction, and like I had time to like edit at night because fuck sleep when you're in high school, okay? So like I literally just would record the videos at night whenever I could because I finally got my phone back in my room. I was like, gonna do it. I would bust my shit for that, and I even did it for like projects and stuff like that. And then, why did I even start posting on TikTok? Okay. Oh yeah. So I started working at Old Navy. Shout out to Old Navy in Carlisle Pike. I will forever love you. There's always like heart for you. If that made sense.
A lot of people have an Old Navy story or worked at Old Navy.
Sure.
A lot of famous people too that got a good start, So that's not a bad thing to start at.
No, I love the people that I worked with at Old Navy that honestly helped me, like they really helped me build who I was at that time because like the pandemic and everything, like I wasn't really able to like hang out with anybody other than go and work. So it's like we all kind of built that type of relationship. But then in high school and like middle school, I always kind of grew up like not really mocking my mom's accent, but like, I mean, I'm brown and like I speak Tamil, so it's like I have like the accent too when I would speak it. So it's just kind of like, it is literally also the way my mom talks too. So it's like whenever like my mom and I are talking, it's just kind of like how we would just, people who know my mom and I, they understand how we interact more than anything. And like, it's great. I love my mom to death.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining
sure.
as hell. And it's like, it's great. God, I love her.
It's the reason for some of your success.
She really
Yes.
is.
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, I would always talk about it all the time, and people are just like, "Why don't you just like make videos on it?" And I'm like, I just feel weird about it. I didn't know how that goes, but like I kind of made the videos for myself, and that's why I made it TikTok, because I was like, oh, no one would like see this at least. Like I had followers on my Instagram, but like I didn't really care for much of that at that time.
Didn't tap into it as much.
Yeah, and I just posted on TikTok, and I deleted the app like after I posted 3 of those types of videos.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like 2 weeks later, I got recognized while I was working at Old Navy.
Wow.
And I had to go in the back with my manager, and we both like looked up my TikTok, and she was like, "You're like popping on there." And I was like, that's so weird. Like, I don't know how people could recognize me, but I guess it was my voice, because I am loud as fuck when I am working, because it's like I'm working in retail, like I need people to hear me.
Gotta have fun.
Like so I guess it worked out. And then I did that, and I was like, they're so good. I get the daily text. I still get those texts. Anytime I leave my mom's house, she has to write a memo of whatever. I am her memo. That's basically what the texts are. Like, that's basically what she does. Like, anything that she does, or like I leave her house, she's like, timestamp the location, what I did, what she gave me, what I gave her, what happened during that time, so she doesn't forget. Which I'm like, okay, I understand I'm your notepad, but like I can't get 20 texts a day. Like,
it's not easy on your mental.
It's not. But like, at that time when I was younger, I did not understand that. And now that I'm a lot older, I mean, not really a lot older, literally like a year, but like living on your own has really taught me that, to be honest. So having that time to like really be by myself and grow mentally by myself, and just understanding all of that and appreciating the time that I do have with her and then away from her has really built our bond. Like, tight more than ever. No matter amazing. Like anything that goes between us, it's like the next day we're still tight as one. And she completely understands that, and she's finally understanding more of what I'm actually doing in my life. And like, I'm very thankful for that, because it's so hard for people in our culture, so hard for people in her culture to understand that women can do things like this. And it's really, really unfortunate, but I think it's very important to show that women can be independent and let us do our shit, basically.
I love it that your mom's almost learning from you, or like,
we're both learning from each other. I definitely want to say that we're both learning from each other, because my mom, you know, she grew up with her family up until she was like 35, and then she married my dad, and she didn't date anyone else, didn't marry anyone else, never had anything with anyone else. So she only had this experience with this man and married him for 20 years. So that's her only experience of what the American dream was like. And it was like not the expectation. It was not the life that she wanted here. And that's all she understands of what it comes to this type of culture and what it comes to this type of place. So she's so scared of like allowing me to be free, because she feels so safe in her culture, because that did her so well. And here it hurt her. And I understand that. She wants to protect me, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I really, really am. When I look at it at the end of the day, I would not be who I am today. I'm gonna cry. I would not be who I am today, really, without her.
Oh, shout out to mom. She's gonna be watching this.
I hope. She said she won't, but I know she will.
Oh.
Where's your mom from originally?
Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Sri Lanka.
I'm
Okay.
smacking the shit out of this.
Oh, you good?
No, you're fine. You're fine. We got backup audio and all that. Tell me a little bit about just, I guess, how you felt when you saw some of those like increase in engagement and things like that, or even when people started to recognize you. How did you deal with that, like, or moving forward even now, like when it continues to grow?
It feels really, really weird. I've told you this so many times before. Like, I ignore it. I just pretend it doesn't exist at all. Like,
I still haven't realized it yet. No.
I just ignore it. That's literally what I do. I don't comprehend it. I don't deal with it. It's a lot. It is a lot. So I'm just kind of like, bye, thanks.
It's easier on the mental to just think you're not worried about by other people. If people aren't looking at you.
for like 2 days and I kept having breakdowns. So I was like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna like let it happen because it allows me to be humble and it allows me to just kind of like go with life on like what I can do. And yeah, I don't know.
I think it's probably the most natural way to do it too. Like it's most authentic and yeah.
I feel comfortable that way, but I still don't feel comfortable, you know, going through it like with stuff.
So in a way, like showing yourself to people in that way and in an online platform and sort of sharing not only just relatable moments and funny moments with your family and things like that, but also like touching on more like serious topics like women's rights and women's health and human rights and in general just social issues that plague us as a society. How do you balance that too? Like using your, I should say, influence or your followers to promote things that you care about versus things that you know that they want to see?
That's what I spent the first part of my TikTok was like posting my mom videos and then posting these Indian men videos, the DMs.
They're hilarious.
I know, it's so good.
They are absolutely hilarious. We'll either link them there or show some here, but they're fucking
make a whole
hilarious.
show out of just that.
Absolutely, you could.
My unfortunate problem with them is people took them in a very bad light. People took it in a very racist light. I got a lot of fake DMs of just people who are not, you know, Indian descent or Pakistani descent, making these fake advances, making these fake DMs, kind of mocking the whole culture, making it just a bigger meme than it was. I wasn't trying to make it a meme. I was posting what was literally happening to me every single day. Yeah. I get like hundreds and hundreds of DMs every single day on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram DMs, Twitter, Snapchat, like of all types of races. But at that time, it was just those that were like the funniest. And I just like want to make that clear because like people took that in such a bad light. And I would love to continue those videos because like I get tons of those and I get tons of those of all types of people, including women, which is like, and it's like, it is wild, but like, it is really unfortunate how people take it in a really bad way. Like everything just kind of gets ruined, unfortunately, and that's why I don't really like TikTok that much. I don't like TikTok. I'm very open about how I don't like TikTok. It silences people. It silences people of color. It silences LGBT. It silences women unless you're showing your body. It is very much proven that. I've known many creators have just been banned for doing nothing. I've been banned from going live for just showing a mascara brush, which is absolutely outrageous. And when I swiped down, because when you get banned, you get sent to the next live video, there was someone showing a gun.
Wow.
I was like,
wow.
Okay.
Talk about targeted.
It is absolutely outrageous, but to me, I spent that time pleasing that audience, and when I finally moved out, I finally was like, I'm just gonna kind of do me. Like I didn't even I forgot about the numbers. I forgot about the engagement. I'm not looking at that anymore. I really don't care about that anymore. It's the connections that I'm making. It's the people that I'm meeting. I don't really care about numbers. I want to know specific people. I want to meet specific people. Like I want to understand and make these connections with people and genuine people. And that's why I've just kind of taken that turn where I was just like, this is me. So I have no problem making it very clear and very known that I'm speaking up against, racist shit that's happening or bad shit that's happening. Like I'm having the platform. I might as well speak on it,
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's sort of like where I guess that balance of finding continuing to engage people in a way that's keeping them engaged, but also not crossing the border of losing followers and engaging people in the wrong way too. So it's a balance.
Those genuine connections are what last too. The numbers won't always last and people won't always support, but if you make those genuine connections, that's all that matters.
That's kind
at the end of the day.
I just appreciate you person to person being here.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I love you.
That's why he's here.
That's why I'm here.
Exactly.
Amen. Literally, because I've always told him I've kind of just said no to everything. I've always had like photo shoot opportunities. I've always had like opportunities like this, but I've always said no because like I didn't want to do it. I was scared. I didn't feel like I was good enough. I was like, get that shit away from me. This ain't happening. Like, I didn't like it. Yeah, so we had lunch, or was it brunch?
It was lunch.
It was lunch.
We had pizza, so we were sitting outside for talking for like 2.5 hours, probably.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Just keep flowing and for
Just a
hours.
genuine connection, literally.
Yeah. No, but it really got me thinking. I was just like, I might as well just do it because it's stuff that I want to do. And like, I've always feared of like what others think of me. And that's why I was like, I needed to please my audience that I had. And I was starting to resort back into that. Like, why do I care about what people think of me if I already don't care about pleasing my audience? I'm being hypocritical immediately with that.
That's such a mature thing to say.
No, but I mean, like, I really learned that. So I was just like, nope, I am just not gonna give a shit. I'm gonna be myself
Yeah, a lot of
and
people get
do it.
tainted by this, especially if they had the same type of success that you did. I mean, it was.
I wouldn't know if it's success.
Or I don't say success, but like you said, the engagement, the followers, that gets to people's heads, and it either changes what they do or makes them think about things differently. And it seems like you did it in a more positive.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who like perceive me in a way or think of me in a way that like they didn't even talk to me, but just because I gained the following, they're like, she's a clout hungry. She's gone. Like I don't even know. Like she's like not even want to deal with her. She's out of pocket. Like she thinks she's all that. I'm like, you have not talked to me since I've gained it. And if you would have just called me or something, we could have hung out. Like what makes you think like nothing has changed? I still work a full-time job. I'm going to school. I pay rent.
We call those haters.
I just don't
those haters.
understand. Like I'm still living a normal life. Like I'm just chilling. That's all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I'm just haters, and I literally for no reason attacking you, your personal life, all those things when you haven't changed as a genuine person. You think you know what I mean. And a lot of people they say money will change you. I think money reveals who you are.
I agree.
It doesn't change who you are. It just reveals who you are.
I 100% agree with that because you are still the same person at the end of the day.
And you were before you did all those things and whatever. It's just now you have that platform, and now it's like it brings it out of you.
And your experience is what's going to determine on what you choose on your actions in the future. And it's all on you, on how you choose your path. And that's just how it goes.
So I guess to speak on what you already mentioned about like shifting in what you would post and things like that, like starting to post your body more and things like that, and just to see if it would actually draw more engagement. Like now, like I guess what's the game plan now?
Oh my God, I have no problems revealing all my game plans. Okay, so my TikTok is literally gonna be all my thirst traps. I've learned the algorithm, honestly, because it doesn't let me post anything I want. And I'm just going to build on there as much as I can because the amount of like crazy, horny old men that are on there is wild. And TikTok loves it. They boost the engagement on it. I've really learned that. Like it is insane.
It's sad,
but you know what? I'll gain the following. And then whenever I get the chance, if I'm big enough, I'll just shit on TikTok. But my Instagram is really where I care about because Reels is actually a lot better. Reels kind of lets me post a lot more like skate clips, which is kind of insane how TikTok does not let me post any skate clips.
That's very interesting.
Well, because it's downhill longboarding.
Too dangerous.
It's dangerous and violent activity immediately, and it's like it gets banned every time. But I can post it on Reels. There's no problem with that. So it's so weird because it's like if you show a car in it, they're automatically gone. But it's like most cars are recording the person going down the hill with like the longboard.
They're just using it as a filming mechanism. Yeah, that's interesting.
So they would like ban stuff like that too, but like anyone just like little like ridiculousness. You would see like people falling and like that type of stuff. Like why isn't that kind of like I see that allowed on TikTok, like people having like extreme falls and like really bad pain and like I've seen I'm trying to think of the word for it. Dismemberment. I've literally seen legit dismemberment. There's literally been murders that were posted on TikTok. There was literally like actual CP posted on TikTok, which is like absolutely insane. But I'm like, oh, the little skate clip. And I know a lot of people who have like certain skate clips still have that issue on there. And like even just talking about certain celebrities and stuff like that. But
It's disheartening that it's censored in that way.
it is very censored.
Yeah.
It is very
And
censored.
it's a tailored platform. I feel like it has an audience for the most part
yeah,
that
for
likes
sure.
one type of video or one type of content. It's like if you deviate from that, it's like you said, you're shadow banned or just.
It is also a
automatically
very
just blocked.
dangerous platform. Well, I don't think we can probably put this on in here, but they put like imagine you're like an old creepy guy or like just a creepy person who likes children, young children that are dancing. You know how many like young children that are on there that are like 5 to 10 years old just dancing? You can curate your For You page to just be that. Imagine how disgusting that is. People don't really realize that. And the app continues to allow that, which is insane.
That's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. But
The Reels feature on Instagram.
Yeah, the reels don't let you do
that
that.
seems like Instagram is just a lot more. I don't want to say like more mature.
They're not the
about
best, but it's a lot better than TikTok. But also TikTok is not any type of American owned. So there's no regulations that we can really put onto that or control onto that. But I think that's something that people really don't think about and they don't know. But it's like, that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, to use that platform in that way.
Oh gosh.
Disgusting. Think about people using it in that way. That's disgusting. I guess talk a little bit about how and you're sort of finding inspiration and motivation through some of these things that you're posting are sort of traumatizing events or even like the family dramas and things like that. It's like sort of tell me how you switch that and find that motivation or transition that into something traumatizing into something that's monetizing.
Yeah.
You know?
I
kind of came with that on the spot.
No, that was slick. For me, because I'm an only child, so growing up in my life was a lot. My dad, I will openly say, is not the best man at all. And everyone can openly admit to that. And that was very hard, growing up without really a true father figure. It was really just kind of like a man there that you just wish that would leave, and then finally left, but then kept trying to torment me and my mom for the rest of that he could, and now he's basically paralyzed. This is so dark, but like no, honestly, like this is real stuff. Because like I'm trying to think out of because it's very important because I don't even know how I'm trying to word this.
Yeah, take your time.
A lot of people grow up without a father figure, and a lot of people. I just don't know how to word it. That's all it is.
I guess what I really was referring to, I guess, was more of certain things that people might laugh at from a third-party perspective, like internally, like, well, I went through that. That's real life. That's not comedy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it actually makes me feel a lot better, to be honest about it, because even though a lot of people laugh at it, I also get a lot of responses of I'm going through that too. That's what I was basically trying to get onto. Great.
It's relatable.
Yeah, it's very relatable to people, and I didn't know that. I felt alone, and I've always felt alone with stuff like that because I never was open about it. I kept it very hidden. Like only a very few select of my friends know how bad my childhood was growing up. Basically an abusive household. And understanding that I was not alone made me feel a lot better, but also a lot bad because like, wow, why do so many fucked up people exist? but what that and that moment has taught me, and the reason why I continue to post that stuff for comedy and just for people to know, for other people to understand they're not alone, because I felt alone, and I don't want other people to feel alone. And if I can do that in any form of comedy, because it helps me. I'm posting it not really to curate towards people anymore. It's like, I'm doing it because of me. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm saying what's off my chest because it's my life and I'm taking control of it now. And I'm so glad for it, because it's been so stressful feeling like I had to please everyone when I just need to please myself.
Absolutely.
So you're trying to be the person that you wished you had when you were a little younger.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I really wish, like, it was so hard for me to, like, even think about, like, just even thinking about how I was in that position, and, like, looking away and just thinking, like, I am the only person going through this. I had 2 failed suicide attempts before, too. And I wanted to be done with it. I wanted to be gone. And being institutionalized, I mean, made it worse. Highly would not recommend, but also has taught me I do not want to ever go through this again. But shout out to the people that I met there.
Yeah, gotta take something positive from
seriously, like, honestly, like, that experience taught me, because I got it, that was my first experience being away from my house, away from my parents, for such a long period of time, for 2 weeks, because I'd never really had sleepovers other than, like, a few times, and I never really was allowed to, like, go out and hang out with people, or do much stuff. So, like, having that time away, completely being away from my mom, and, like, sleeping away from my mom, like, you know, and just away from, like, the house and everything, like, the environment was very, very weird. And also being an only child and then sleeping in a room with someone else was, like, absolutely terrifying. Yo, I had to take showers. Okay, I had to take showers, and this woman had, like, the nurse had to stare at me naked.
Me.
Cold ass water. Cold ass water.
Talk about traumatizing.
Oh, that was traumatizing. The police officer made me bend over and cough. You have to do that so they check, like, make sure you don't have drugs in your butthole.
Yeah, it sounds like a border detention.
Narco shit or something.
Yeah.
You get institutionalized.
Oh
It's
my
great.
gosh. Oh, seriously. But I guess part of that is using the influence in the correct way, and also, like you said, sharing your story and sharing it in a way that's comfortable for other people, making them feel comfortable with themselves, and, like you said, using it in a way that's not traumatizing for others. You're not re-inflicting the pain on others, but sort of soothing it in a way that's, like, relatability and comfortability that other people are going through it as well. So I respect you for that.
Thank you.
For sure.
All right. So back to it. What are some of your favorite videos to make, just personally? Like, what do you enjoy making? Like, even if it doesn't get posted, it's in your drafts or it's even in your phone. Like, what do you enjoy to make?
Oh my God, my Snapchat private story. I know every motherfucker on there is going to be watching this shit. I literally, that's like my spam right there. If I posted that on public social media, I feel like I wouldn't be canceled, but a lot of people would be annoyed and very concerned a lot of times. Like, I'm serious.
Concerned in, like, what way?
I'm like, is she mentally okay? Is she physically okay? Because, like, I'd be throwing my phone, it's me yelling, and everyone's like, did you hit your wall? Or it's just, like, me jumping over my phone, or just forehead pics, or just me, like, crying, like, and literally me crying, having a breakdown thinking about my cat dying. And then 20 minutes later, like, hey guys, look at some Minecraft realms. Like, I would be a little concerned.
Yeah, I guess.
Even worse than your old spam on Instagram.
Oh my God, it's way, because you get the live, you get it right on the live. Because it's like straight, it's more videos than posts.
For sure.
It's way more videos than posts. But the favorite content that I cannot wait to make more, and I have so much in my drafts actually too, I didn't realize that, is when I would stream on Twitch, I literally just want to take that whole thing and cut it down into montages and put it on YouTube, because I don't game rage, but, like, depending on the game, I do my thing. Like, I just say shit. Like, that's why I don't consider myself as a comedian. I was just saying this to my friend's girlfriend. Shout out to Jen. I'm just shouting out to everyone.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Literally, shout out to Jen. That's who I was telling you, like, helping me out with my schedule.
Oh yeah.
Because like I had so much booked, and my schedule is so bad. I have ADHD, by the way, and autism, so that is why I'm sporadic. What was I saying?
We were. See, I forget what I ask sometimes too. So I guess
We're gonna get there. The montage.
Your favorite
montages on
types of
YouTube.
content.
Yeah,
Twitch videos, yeah.
It's like I have fun with it, so.
Nice. And do you think you'll ever get to a point where you're able to just publicly post like whatever you want at any time?
Oh my God, that's what I want to, because I already started doing that with my Instagram. And unfortunately, like a lot of brands actually shut down brand deals with me at that time because they said it was unprofessional. I mean, I was posting.
What types of stuff was
So
unprofessional?
it was my forehead with Vaseline covered over it, and it was like at a forehead angle, and it said I put Vaseline all over my face. I know.
But like, why would they think it's
legendary.
unprofessional?
It's unprofessional with the feed because they didn't want someone who was represented who seemed kind of insane.
Oh wow.
But I mean, I just put Vaseline on my face, and that's kind of like what I do sometimes at night. And they say that's a good skincare routine,
helps.
like literally. But
Why do you think boxers use it? I mean,
So the angle you
but there
hold
was
is-
just a lot of like, I mean, I post a lot of like memes at like combination with some of my posts, and they just didn't like what the memes said. So I was like, okay.
just political
It's
stuff.
well,
kind
it was
of.
like mug root beer, like
I didn't mean
deep
political in
fried.
that way, but like
Yeah.
it was political in that way. Like, oh, we don't want to be associated.
Yeah,
with her.
basically in
Like,
that type
yeah,
of sort.
ugh.
So that's why I made the second account. I just made the Shag is a bad word account on Instagram just to kind of like post my fucked up shit, whatever I kind of think about along with my stuff. And then I'm keeping my full name account as to like more of like my professional portfolio, I guess, and stuff that I want to represent professionally. Because I do like to have that professional side, but
It's not always you.
I would also really love to just kind of post my forehead and just me screaming, like, and have nobody be like, what the hell is wrong with her? I just want them to be like, oh yeah, Shag's at it again, because my friends are already at that point. It's like, okay, I just need them to understand, like, it's okay.
When you're getting to that point, I guess, where normalizing people just being themselves, and we're using, it's not LinkedIn. This is Instagram or Facebook. Like, we can be ourselves.
Yeah,
social
I
media
agree.
Yeah.
And it's like my employers literally follow me on social media and like hit me up, and literally like I had employers who are from different companies that are working intertwined with my company right now. Since I don't want to say names, but it's like I want to intertwine that. They're gonna know. Shout out to you. You know who you are, but I can't say who you are. He literally like DM'd me and he was like, I love your gram, it's so great. And it was literally a Minion, it was a deep fried Minion meme. And it was like, I'm going to vaccinate it was something like vaccinating children in the Bangladesh River. I forgot what it really was. But like, it made no sense. And I was just like, sir, are you good? But it's fine.
You're getting past that type of stuff, I suppose.
Oh, it's great. It brings me joy.
Talk about a little bit when, I mean, we were talking about this on the break a little bit off camera, but the deal that went through with a sort of thing here where you were going to do a podcast for a certain situation and it fell through. What was your goals to produce a platform like that, or if it had a podcast platform like this? What were some of your goals to do in a series like that?
My biggest reason on why I went with that specific company is because they said that if I sent all the footage that they would edit it all, and I was like, great, I don't have to listen to myself. That works great. And they were going to send me all of the equipment.
Oh wow.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. At that time, I never really thought maybe I wanted to do a podcast, but it's like I would want to do it with people. I wouldn't want to do it with myself. And each time we talked back and forth, they kept restricting stuff on what I could do. And I mean, I want to smoke weed. Like, I want to talk about real shit. Like, I want to talk about like my life and stuff like that. And they were just kind of like, you cannot talk about periods. And I was like, oh, well, that's literally going to be the first shit that I'm going to talk about. I have endometriosis. Like, you're fucking hilarious if you think I'm not going to talk about that.
It's you. That's part of you.
And then I sent them, like, a list of everything that I was like, nope, I need all of this. And I've yet to hear a response from them since the pandemic. And they kept saying, like, oh, we've just been waiting for approval. We've just been waiting for approval. And it was these two women that I just kept emailing back. And I said, nope. after our lunch, I said, nope, I'm gonna revoke it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And after I revoked it, and I haven't heard shit from them, and I can post whatever I want and make my own shit, and I am so fucking excited for that.
I guess that I asked that because that's part of the reason you're allowed to be here right now too. You had a clause that you couldn't even be on interviews, couldn't be on other. Yeah,
I am free.
You're free.
I am free, motherfucker.
Oh, that's so funny. To shackle you like that, and to keep you in this box. Like, no, you can't do other platforms and be, I guess, expose yourself in other ways to other people. So that's.
So I was like, nope, I'm gonna do it, and if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it on my own because I have so many amazing and talented people around me that can definitely do a better job than what their company can say, and definitely on a better price because it's like my friends, and I would pay them better, way better than what they were gonna do for me as well. And I'd rather have my team. I'd rather have people that I trust than people that I don't know.
Absolutely.
More than anything, and I'd rather post whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Because like that's important.
A little bit more creative control instead of this corporate control.
Yeah, because it's like then it's not me anymore if I'm not posting what I want, because like I want to say what I want to say. Like why is that so hard?
You should be allowed to say what you want to say.
Literally, why is that so hard to understand?
That's like why we getting into it.
Basically.
She gotta announce this shit.
I was about to say, like.
It's official.
Well, we always have like sort of semi-exclusive content here on the Gazebo. Like I always have somebody like announcing something, or like it just seems to be that way. But I don't know if this is public information or not, but
it's not.
It's not really.
I heard it through the grapevine, and you're gonna hear it here first. Go ahead and tell the people that what you've been working on, and you're sort of an announcement for the people that they haven't heard yet. Yeah, what you got in the works?
I guess I started trying to like make music with a bunch of my friends, because like I've always done theater and musicals like growing up in high school and middle school. Just like I did choir in middle school, but high school was mostly theater and acting and all of the musicals, right? Yeah. I'm trying to think. And I also did improv, but I love improv.
Oh, wow.
So he's always been performing in some way.
Yeah. But I always felt very comfortable doing like a live performance more than getting anything of myself recorded, because like I hate hearing myself back. That's like my biggest problem, but like I have no problem kind of like give me a song, tell me the tune, I can sing in a mic, let's go, I can perform it, and then we can leave. Great. Because I feel like it's not really me, I'm just like putting an act, but it's like if I'm putting music out, that's me, and I want that to be me though. At that point.
Pushing your comfort zone. Yeah.
But then everyone has always told me just make music, because my best friend Logan Bayard, I love him. He moved in next to me, and he's always made beats, and like he's always made music, and he's always like kind of like recorded me here and there. And he's like, Shag, like what the fuck? Like you have such a good voice. And I'm like, I do recognize now, like I do have a good voice. It's just I feel like I do really need to work on it a lot more to be more comfortable with it. And I'm someone who I don't personally feel comfortable using much auto-tune at all. I can hear like the tiny bit of auto-tune. Like it's really like pushing onto me when I can hear it on myself. I have no problem when other people use it. I have absolutely no problem with it. I find it a beautiful art when other people use it. But when I hear it on myself, it just like brings me like a cringe for some reason, unless it's like mixed really, really well. I'm trying to think. Where was I going with this?
I guess we were just talking about where the music was going and
But,
what the plan is to release any
so
getting more comfortable.
I
You
started,
said
recording because my friend Grant and Zerby is like one of the local producers around Harrisburg too. Like talked to me, and they were like, hey, just come over and like let's just make stuff for a night and let's like record and see how it goes. And I went over and we recorded. It was like John was there. I forget what his last name is. I have to figure it out. There was like John and Grant. They were like writing up lyrics. They're like, okay, try this tune. And like John and everyone else was like fucked up except for Grant and I. I was sober. I know I was high as shit. He was sober. Shout out to that.
somebody's got to be
I know.
in the room.
I'm so anxious. I'm like shaking because I'm like, why do I gotta sing into this mic? And he's like, okay, put these headphones on. And I can hear myself.
That's not.
You
didn't want that.
I never recorded myself with hearing the headphones. Like I've always kind of recorded with like just the microphone, and I was like, this is weird. But hearing myself, and then you can turn up I didn't know this. You could turn up the dial to like make a little bit of like auto tune, and like you could hear it in real time. I never knew you could do stuff like that. That was mind blowing to me.
It's a real experience.
It really was.
Yeah.
So I was like singing all this shit, and I was like, oh, this kind of sounds good. And then they replayed it back, and I was like,
it sounds good.
It sounds good.
I'm telling you, it sounds good too.
Yeah, Wes, he told me he enjoyed it too. So.
I have to play it for you afterwards. Yeah. But it was we're just waiting to like finish it at this point because we're just taking our time. We're all just waiting till our healths are up to the like top tier because I feel like winter just makes everyone depressed, especially me. And it's just so hard for me to like do anything creative or like get into like that creative mindset or feel any of that unless it's warm. I don't know. I like it.
Well, today is beautiful. So
I know, and it made me so happy. It really did. But yeah, I'm hoping to like release that one soon, but I never really announced that I would be making music at all, so that's actually like very, very new, other than people who are mutuals of me. But if you're someone who wants to like, I guess, hear my voice, I don't know, just DM me or something, or wants to. I want advice. I would literally, if anyone wants to give me advice or any criticism, I really want to listen to it because I don't feel like I would know any better. I'm just one person. I want to hear what other people's opinions onto that. Like I'm very thankful. I believe his name is CTC Shada on Instagram. I DM'd him yesterday regarding oh my God, business talk. In regards to like my voice, and I was like, what would you like give me? And he was like, you have the tone and pitch, but I need depth. I 100% agree. I don't have the confidence in my voice when I'm recording, or in certain situations when I record, that I just kind of like hold back when I need to push that breath. I need to push that depth more. So I appreciate those types of comments, and I appreciate anything.
A lot of people make music for years before they realize it.
Yeah,
so
true.
That's crazy.
True, they'll just sit on it and sit on it and it'll be in a vault.
I have like hundreds and hundreds of recordings of just me being in my room. I never wanted to release any of them, and sometimes I posted me doing some duets on TikTok. Like I haven't made it like silent that I can't sing, but it's like not something that like I felt confidence in as much as I kind of do. I feel a little bit more confident now. I wouldn't say I have confidence in it still yet, but I am gaining it.
Gotcha.
I am slowly gaining it.
Coming out that box.
Yeah. And it's becoming more comfortable in a lot of ways, not just with your music and with yourself and just with releasing things that are genuine to you. So I appreciate that and respect it. I'm looking forward to hearing it later and when it releases too.
Thank
so
you.
Have you decided on a name that you're gonna release?
For my name?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go under my first name.
Yeah.
It kind of works, and also like it's my name.
Yeah. Can you say your name for the people that don't know how to pronounce it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we actually got to do that on this take here.
Yeah, no, it's Shaghana.
Shaghana.
I just never really corrected people, but I never really cared. But I normally go by Shag, which I have absolutely no problem by. It makes me feel a lot more less formal. Because whenever I hear my full name, I think my mom's yelling at me. I mean, I would say a lot of people. Exactly, everybody feels like that.
What's your middle name?
Jasmine.
Okay, so Shaghana Jasmine, and that's how you know you're really. That's your name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now you're eating right now. This is really dope.
Sweet.
It's been a long time since we've done this, Sir Bob.
I feel like it's too ukulele?
Too dark.
I watched that the other day.
Yeah, you really had me playing gangster rap on the ukulele. Stop playing with me. Nah, so like I have this dream of starting a ukulele trap band called Raw Papers and Lucky Charms. Like and like it's only me right now, but like I want to be like a traveling band. Like I just want to like hold auditions. Like hey yo, like you know come just
Coming
bring
to your
whatever.
city.
Play
We're
what
coming to
you
your
can.
city.
BYO instrument. It's really fun. Like, yeah, just play what you can.
Play what you can.
That's how you get in.
I can play the violin.
What? Stop. I do
The
violin.
violin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I did it in was it elementary school? Like
What
the end of
other
elementary-
hidden talents are there?
Middle school.
What other hidden talents are there? Singing, violin. I mean,
I feel like everyone kind of gets into either a band instrument or orchestra.
Like
in
what?
middle school.
No.
No.
What?
At least,
No?
okay, well that's very
I
common.
taught
in
myself
my
to play
culture.
ukulele at the middle age of 23. What the fuck? I'm not doing anything.
that's not everybody doesn't get into instruments.
Mechanicsburg kind of like gives
Maybe
you
it
all the
fosters that.
options.
Maybe the
Yeah.
environment that you're in
Yeah.
fosters you to be in band or
That's
some sort of.
true.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's
but-
why me and Tyler gangster.
Yeah, that's why we
from
we
here.
come over here.
No, unfortunately, yeah. No, yeah, I got to play the violin.
Oh, that's great though. That's great. The
Can't
violin.
play the piano though.
That's I said to Weston. I think you asked like, what would you want to play if you could play any
Fucking
instrument?
piano, but I
Piano,
can't play
man.
that for shit.
Fucking Rocket
It's
Man.
so hard.
Just the
I don't
bass
know
for
why.
everything. Yeah.
I just want to play Rocket Man on the piano.
Rocket Man.
Just like Elton John and shit. Just
Yeah.
But I guess all right. To wrap things up or to get to the closer, what I really want to know is, what is your mission here with what you're doing here? Your career goals, whether it's your social media platforms, your music, some of the things that you do with activism. Just tell me, I guess, what your goals is for like 5-10 years. What you want to see.
I just want to make sure, like, my goal is just to always be content with where I'm at. Or just really be content in the happiness of where I'm at. I don't want to ever, like, fall apart in a sense on myself.
Lose your soul.
Like lose my soul, yeah. Like lose my true self. Like I always want to stay how I am, and that's like my mission. My mission in a way is just to let people like just do what you want, show who you are. Like it doesn't really matter because there's someone out there that's gonna like that, and there's someone out there that's gonna care about that, and that's all that really matters at that point. Because why cater yourself to people who are not going to care for you? Why cater yourself for people who are not going to put you first? You have to put yourself first, and you have to understand that, and only surround yourself with people who really understand that. Because I've trusted a lot of people who I've also idolized a lot of people that I believe that were great people. And when I look back at it, I'm like, wow, these people have either used me or just had me in their life just to have me as a joke, just because of who I am. And that has really taught me, especially with the friend group that I have now, which I have never felt so happy in my life, where I'm feeling depression to the fact where I'm not believing why my life is so happy. I'm just so confused, and I am so thankful for my friends that are around me. I'm so thankful for the people around me. I'm so thankful for, hi Fly, for, I was gonna swat it, but I said no.
He's peaceful. He's not harming nobody.
I'm so thankful to like have the experiences that I've had in my life, even though they were bad and good. I take away from all of them. So I understand who I am now and the position that I am now, and I'm so thankful to be in the position I am now because I am able to help the people I am around me by either posting about it or supporting them by buying their stuff or even being there for them and hanging out with people. Like I can do things again, and I wasn't really able to really be there for people living with my parents or living whenever I was around these people that didn't really care for me, because like I was just surrounded by like I believe in the evil eye. I'm very spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I am very spiritual. I'm very thankful for my parents to allow me to believe in any religion and study all the religions. And I truthfully believe if you have bad people around you, if you have people around you who don't want the best for you, who want the worst for you, it demeans you, and it hurts your soul, and it hurts you in the inside out at the end of the day. And when you finally get rid of that energy and you have good people around you, that good energy, you understand that, you feel that, and I don't know how to describe it unless you're really in it, but it's such a healthy feeling, and it's such a loving feeling, and it's such a joyous feeling. Like, I genuinely, like, I love the friends that I have. Like, my friend Allie just came back from Colorado, I believe it was like a week ago, and I got to spend the time with like all of the people that I love and I cherish, and I was like, this is what I needed, and these are people who genuinely love me, because they still reach out to me. They understand my time commitments. They understand how I am as a person. They understand my love languages, and we learn around that, and we talk to each other around that, and they respect me for who I am and for what I do, and we respect each other. And I think that is so, so important.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that is.
You definitely don't have to be religious or spiritual to feel people's energy that are
Absolutely.
around you. Yeah.
Absolutely, Weston. You're right.
Yep.
And I think that to speak to, like you said, your mission is to always keep people around you like that, and not lose your core sense of who they are, who they mean to you, and who you are to them. So I really respect that, Shag.
And they with you before the come up too, all the way up.
Exactly.
To the top,
Yeah.
so.
I'm about to say there's probably not a lot of people that are like jumping on the bandwagon, and
No, I mean, I've just been telling him, like, the past few weeks I feel so blessed because a lot of people that I've looked up to growing up, like people on YouTube and people in music industry, have been following me and have been interacting with me, which is like absolutely wild, because it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
mind-blowing
and
for
they're
sure.
like, oh yeah, they're like, I like your TikToks, like I show your shit to my friends, and I'm like, you show your shit to what? Like,
What do you think the craziest like person that DM'd you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's
like,
your
for me personally,
Yeah.
the craziest person that DM'd me was like Ice Cold Bishop, because like I
shit.
fucking love his music, and he just like interacted, like I think he slid up on a post and it was about like one of the bachelorettes, and he was like, yeah, she's funny as shit, and I was like, you watch my story?
Who's looking at
I
this?
was like, that's literally why I was like, who's looking at it?
Yeah.
And when Mac Does It followed me, I literally cried. I was like, dude, like I literally grew up on your videos. Like I don't understand. But
That's
it's like,
crazy.
it just feels so weird. It's like they're normal people too. I'm normal. We're normal. We're
Yeah.
fucking normal. Like it's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just kind of like understanding, like, hey, it's cool. It's chill.
I think that's a misnomer about celebrities, and I think people have a lot of expectations, not just with celebrities, with people. We have expectations before we meet someone, before we ever interact with someone. We have these expectations, especially for someone, I won't say in your position, but even like a higher up, you know what I mean? Like very prestigious person. We have these already set connotations of what they're going to be like, who they are, and everything. It almost like deify them or like put them in a pedestal. Like they're people. Like we meet people, and I want to almost go back to when we met Coda the Friend. Like he's not a huge rapper by any means, but he has a great following and things like that. He's huge in a way. But when we met him, he's just a super humble, laid back guy. Shout out to Coda, man. Like he's a great dude. If you ever get to see this,
I love his music. To be honest with you, like a lot of his music has personally helped me, and I didn't realize it was him. I know his music is affirmations. I know what he's doing. His song "Grateful," I put that shit on in the morning, and it's honestly, it's truthful. Like honestly, it's true. It's 100% true, and he's right with it. But I totally agree.
No, and I think when we met him, it was just a surreal moment. Like, wow, this is just another dude from the block or something. You know, like this could be a friend. Like
He
this
says,
is.
if you see me on the street, there ain't nothing to see.
Ain't nothing to see.
Ain't nothing to
We
see.
we pulled up on the store, man. He's just chilling, man, and it's just a genuine dude, man. I appreciate him for letting me photograph at his at his store, at his concert. The genuine dude. And I think when we meet people like that, we sort of take away that idolizing factor. It's like bring yourself back down. You bring them down in your mind. You know, it's like you're not putting them up so high, and just having genuine human interaction with them.
I've always felt like I've had to kind of put up a front because a lot of people kind of see me on my social media. Like, especially if they didn't follow me anywhere else, they just see my Instagram. They're like, oh, she's just some hot model girl. That's it, and that's all she really is, and they expect nothing else from me. And then when I like kind of walk up to them in like a full-fledged Snuggie, like getting in their car, like be like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm gonna buy some tickets. Yeah, no, it's good. And I'm just burping, like it's like a whole scene. He's just like, are you a woman? I'm like, yeah. But like they
You're
don't
definitely
expect,
shocking.
they
It's
don't
shocking,
expect me to be me, and I've just kind of learned to like not cater to them anymore because it's like you're gonna deal with me. I'm the real person that I'm showing today, and I think that people would want to see that than any type of fake version. I refuse to do any type of fake version of me. That's more energy for me to put a fake version of me than to put the real version of me.
I was just about to say something like that. I swear to God, I was just going to say it actually is more tiring. It's more tiresome for you to actually more energy is put into that. Like you said, you said it perfectly. Honestly, that was amazing.
And I don't know about you, but I love like opposing people's prejudices. It's like people think something of you and then they meet you.
And they're like, what the?
Something completely different.
Weston's kind of like the epitome of that. I mean, almost.
I think we both are. Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Breaking prejudices. So.
Amen.
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
Out here, fuck yeah.
For sure.
I love it because I remember I met Weston. I pulled up at the HMAC. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember, not to get deep or anything, but I remember we were talking like people not talking to you like you were just another person, like almost talking down or like having not a genuine as conversation. It's like breaking those barriers right now. Like
and I can feel that energy too.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, and it rubbed off on him too. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that. Everyone can feel that. Like you said, you don't gotta be religious or spiritual to feel energy. You feel it in your gut, and definitely. I guess just having more genuine interactions like that. It's good to see. So
what are you most excited for coming up?
That's a good question.
Oh, there we go. See, let's go. What am I most excited for coming up? I have a bunch of photo shoots coming up soon. They're all really, really cool concepts. The one tomorrow is going to be me in a one piece, hopefully in a grassy setting. But it depends on the weather. We'll see.
It's supposed to be pretty nice. Yeah, it's supposed to
let's
be really
hope.
nice.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I never trust Pennsylvania.
Seriously.
Look, if you know Eric Finkenbinder's on the news, you better start running. Like, it's bad. Like, it ain't good. Listen, shout out to Eric Finkenbinder.
Shout out to Tony, because he had Eric on. Tony Shed Talk. He had him on Shed Talk. So.
Amen.
She'll show it to him.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's funny though. The weather, depending on the weather, you got some shit going on.
And then I also have one I'm so excited for this one. It's going to be in traditional Indian clothing, which is a sari.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be, my makeup's hopefully going to be done, and we're going to have a bunch of brands that I'll be wearing that we're going to hopefully support. That's honestly like my biggest thing is making sure like if I can get local brands on me with these shoots, I want it because I want to make these people have these exposures. Like the big brands have it enough. The smaller brands need it, especially after COVID. I understand that. I completely understand that. A lot of my friends run small businesses and they took a huge hit. My mom took a huge hit too.
That's how we met, honestly.
Yeah.
I connected with you with my brand and
And I honestly like love doing stuff like that. It's so much fun. And then, I had this. I don't know what else is going on in my life. I'm in school right now to get my life and health and accident insurance license.
Perfect. Nice.
So that's occupying my life along with my full-time job. But I love my full-time job.
Yes,
and I love insurance.
You said you always wanted to keep it no matter how
I do. I would always want to keep a full-time job because it really keeps me busy with the structure. And it's kind of nice. And even if I have to resort to part-time at some points, it's fine. But I always like working. And even when I'm done with getting my license, my hope for my future is to get to finish off my schooling to get my business management degree. Because I only have one more year left to get that. And I'm just waiting until I have the time to finally finalize that. But no matter what happens in my life, I'm getting that degree. I just want it. That's just me being stubborn.
That's awesome. So now, you don't really live far from here now, do you? No. You walked here today?
No, I'm lazy as hell. No, but I could have walked here. It's like 15 minutes from me to walk here, but I parked. The Kia.
It was a bitch finding parking around here.
I just kept rounding and rounding.
It's not to stop you from coming to Elementary Coffee here on North Street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, but in and out parking, you'll be fine. Grab your coffee and go. Shit, we're talking about long-term parking in the middle of the day and the permit parking situation. Yeah, we're worried about that. But
I think I actually parked in one of those spots. If I got a ticket, it's fine. But I paid for parking, so.
See, that's where you're gonna get fucked. I think you're gonna pay for parking and get the ticket. Sometimes that happens.
That's my luck. That's my luck.
I'm not saying that's a bad juju, you, but they do that.
That's my luck.
But I guess speaking on that, like you walk Thor around. I mean, and Thor's not a dog. Thor is her kitty.
A big cat.
Big kitty.
Big cat.
You need to meet Chill. Big Chill, my cat, my Nani's cat, up at the gazebo, the actual gazebo.
Oh.
We have a 25-pound, like something like that, Maine Coon.
That's literally my kid.
He's huge, and they would love each other. Because Chill is the most relaxed
Yeah.
cat, laid back. He's chill. My cousin, who's now up in whatever, he named him Chaos, and that's like the complete opposite of what he is. So he's chilly now. He's
That's
chill.
so cute. No.
Yeah, you gotta meet Chill. But tell us about Thor. Tell us about your pets, and
Yeah.
you raised cockadoos since you were
Cockatiels.
little. What is it? I thought it was cockadoos. Whatever.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
thought so too.
Yeah.
There's so many of them out
Oh,
there.
okay. All right.
Yeah, so Thor.
A cockadoo is a bird, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I
A
think so.
cockatoo.
I thought it was a D. The D.
There
Wait,
might be one that's
You're
also
telling
a
me
D.
it's a T?
Yeah, I could have swore. I
okay.
looked it up on Google and everything just to make sure I wasn't wrong. But you go ahead and tell us, what did you raise?
Yeah.
It's a cockatiel.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
So, my mom has always kind of like raised them by babies. So my mom, we have so many like pets. So my mom has a bird named Mickey. He's 14 years old.
Oh my goodness.
He's a cockatiel. She raised him from like egg itself. And then she also has a cat named Angel, and he was really big, but then he lost a lot of weight after I moved out. That was like my childhood pets. My baby is Thor. He's 25 pounds too, and he's a Maine Coon. He's a black cat. His right tooth, his fang is cut off. He's missing a bunch of teeth. He was in the foster system for 6 years of his life.
So you rescue? He's a rescue.
He's a rescue.
That's awesome.
And
That's amazing.
He's 8 years old now. But I was so pissed. But I was like, why did no one adopt him this entire time? I was like, how the fuck? But he's my baby. He's spoiled. I looked at videos, and when I first got him, he was like only like 18 pounds. He was like, not skinny, but like, like for a Maine Coon, he was just long.
Slender guy.
This thing is like, he's on a diet. He's on a diet.
He's gotta be.
He's on a, I gotta get him running, and he's like huffing and puffing. I'm like, this ain't good. You know it's bad when your cat's purring and making like noises. You know that's bad. Like that is not good. So he's going on a diet, but I love him. I love him so much. He's my baby. And then I also have my baby Daffy. I just got her recently. She's also a baby cockatiel. They live for a very long time. Like I said, my mom's is 14 years old.
Okay.
So she's only been, I would say, 9 months old. Which is very young, and she's still very much in her baby into her teenagers. And to train a bird like that is like training them to fly back and forth, training them to pet, training them to understand to go around the room and poop and not deal with the cat. And my best luck was like the fact that Thor is so chill. He is totally fine with the bird.
That's what I was gonna say too.
And
That's my
those
next
types
question.
of birds assert their dominance. Mickey has like outlived 3 of my mom's cats, and it has completely dominated the interaction of all 3 of those cats.
That's the alpha bird.
Those types of birds have to do that. So you can't really, it's so hard unless the cat just goes and attacks them. But they just know that the parent would be like not happy with that. So they're like, cool.
That's why I was like, how did Thor not have Daffy for lunch yet?
They're great. They cuddle together. They literally cuddle together. I have videos of.
Oh, I've seen them.
Yes,
It's so
Daffy
cute.
would literally just be sitting on Thor on the hammock that we have in my apartment.
Eating together?
Eating together. Like my mom's pets would just literally eat together
That's
all the
crazy.
time. But no, they're fine. Like I leave my cage open every time I leave, and she understands to go back in the cage to poop. I have a big mirror in my studio, so birds loves mirrors. So she goes to the thing and screams. Poor Logan, I feel so bad for my neighbors. Screams all day, Daffy, Daffy, I love you, Daffy, Daffy. Like she can mimic the sirens because we live in the city, so she hears the sirens, so she starts mimicking that shit. So it's like 2 a.m. and you hear the little police siren, whoop, whoop, Ooh, and she goes, sicko mode, like right on the mirror, and I'm like, I need sleep now.
Oh my God, that is
I mean, I
hilarious.
love her. I love my pets, and you know what? I'm gonna train her to like be like I can train them to be outside too, and that's what
awesome.
I want to train Thor because I really want him to be like my hiking cat and everything and all of that because he does so well when I take him out. He wants me to hold him, but you got no problem.
You gotta go.
But it's like he's like he's toddler size, so
It's like a little dog, like
it's
a,
like a
a
workout.
calf.
You
like
got
a
to work
calf.
out walking down the street.
No, imagine it's like I'm having a 25-pound cat.
Yeah.
Walking down the street and he doesn't want to walk anymore, so I got to carry this thing.
Maybe if he loses the weight, he'll
That's what I'm trying to
walk
do.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
it's
I'm
like
like,
it's an oxymoron, or it's just like a catch-22. Like he has to walk, but then he gets tired, and then in a cycle.
It's okay, but I get the workout because I'm carrying the weight and I'm walking, so I feel like that does something for me, right?
For sure. Has
right?
to.
Yes.
Has to.
Has to.
Switching something to a positive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do with
what we
everything.
do. Yeah.
Blessings in the gray,
For sure.
silver linings. So Shag, just tell us, what do you want the people to know about you? This is your time to look at the camera and tell the people what you want them to hear.
I would say just, I guess what I would want them to hear, because I have nothing really to tell about myself, because it's like if you want, get to know me, you can kind of like see it, because I kind of just make it known. I would say advice or just like something that everyone should live by is just like, just be yourself. You're never really going to achieve full happiness until you really just be yourself and let go of it. Let people judge you. Let people find you cringy. Let people make fun of you, because fuck them. It's you that's doing what you want to do, and it's you that's moving forward, and that's what's important. And the people around you, if they support you, then that means they care about you. And if they don't, then you know who's there for you. And that's when you know when you're around the right people, everything is going to go right. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
Powerful.
Thank you. Yeah, that was great. Thank you, Shag. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Of course, thank you for having
Oh, no,
me. This
of
has
course.
been an emotional experience. I love it, but it's raw and it's true, and I have
Yeah.
no problem presenting it to the world.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So.
And that's exactly what we want here.
I just want to applaud you for how much support you show the people around here.
Yes.
Of
You
course.
You're one of the most supportive.
I want to
people
help
around,
everyone I
so.
can, like, and do everything that I can possible. It's like, if I can post someone's store to make it sell out better, I will do that. Like, I will work with anyone. Like, you don't have to pay me. Like, I will shoot with you. Like, it's
that's
fine. Like,
crazy.
people feel like that they have to treat me at a certain standard because of the numbers that I have. And I'm like, no, like, I know the numbers that I have can help you, so just work with me, because I'm doing nothing else other than insurance work and all this other things now. But, like, I just want to genuinely, like, help people in whatever way I can. If you have an organization that you want posted, I have no problem. Like, I will literally try and help for that. Like, I will post it. Like, that's not a problem. Just reach out to me. Just talk to me. Get to know me. Don't make assumptions about me. And I'd say do that for everyone else. Don't make assumptions about other people. Just get to know them.
Absolutely.
Talk to them, because you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're in a city where people split and there's lots of disagreements and different sides. You're unifying is amazing.
Yeah, it's
So,
definitely refreshing to see, honestly, because it's definitely not a lot of people have that type of kindred spirit almost, where it's like honestly purely want to help people and want to see them do good.
Thank
And it's
you.
it's good, it's admirable, and
And
it's
I
refreshing.
think I feel like it doesn't feel as rare for me anymore because I'm surrounded by people who want to do the same thing, and that's an amazing thing. So I just really hope that more people would just do that and understand that, and yeah, the world would be a lot better place.
For sure. Absolutely. Yes.
Definitely.
Well, this has been live from the Gazebo. We're not at the Gazebo, but the Gazebo is wherever we go.
Yeah.
Elementary Coffee. Shout out to Shelly. Shelly, please come in camera. I need you to get in camera. Shelly, if you're nasty, has been behind the scenes helping us out. She got us the spot here at Elementary Coffee. Thank you to her.
Yes,
Shout
yes.
out to her. Shout out to Shag. Shout out to Weston for being
Yes,
here. My new
my
sidekick. I
man.
mean, he's been in my life for a while, but put him
sir.
on the camera now.
We're
you
trying
know?
something new.
Trying
so-
something new. We always
Yes,
trying
sir.
something new. So
Yeah, that's what
gotta
we
see
do.
how it works, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shag, so
Of
much
course,
for your
thank
time.
you.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Weston. Thank you,
Let,
Shelly.
and let us know what you think of it.
Yeah,
so.
and let you know, and let us know. I'm your host, Tyler Voppel. Thank you guys so much for watching live from the Gazebo. I love you guys. Back in the day, if you had drip or you were dripping, it meant you had an STD. You had a venereal disease down here.
So interesting.
Well, I got modern drip, so not like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember my dad was listening to a song or something like that. And somebody was like, "Nah, look at the drip," and he's like, "What did he say? What did he say he had?" And he's like, "He's dripping." And he's like, "Back in the day, shit, everybody stay away from that motherfucker." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Shit, you were dripping. Your dick was dripping."
Yeah, you dripping.
Your shit was.
You dripping.
He said back in the day, he used to say something about like, "I'm dripping like a Goodyear bar in the middle of the summer," something like that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Why would someone flex?
No, it's not a bad. It was a bad thing. More like that bitch left me dripping. You know, like.
Who turned it into like?
We turned it into something positive.
Yeah, jewelry.
Switch it around. Are we live on all three angles? I'm sorry. Did I hit record on that guy?
Yes.
That's recording. We're all three. All right.